Hey, welcome to the living room.
Hey, welcome to 4440.
Hey, this is IyeshaDamali.
And this is Sid the Great, and we are your hosts, and this is episode 1. So,
Yes.
welcome, you guys.
Welcome. Best friend talk. What's up, Sid?
What's good?
So, talk to me about your month in review. Let's kick it off.
So I actually spent the last month off social media.
Okay.
And it was very nice. I think if you know me personally, you know I basically kind of despise what social media has done to us.
And I feel like you do this a lot. Like I send Sydney like 1,000 things a day, and if she don't respond, I'll be like, hiatus.
Yep. And it'll be like, because like some of my friends will be like, oh, why didn't you tell us you weren't going to be on Instagram? And I'll be like, it's random, and I don't know how long I'm going to be off Instagram. I might literally be like, I'm taking a break, and then I get on 2 hours later. I'll be like, I'm taking a break, and I get on like 7 days later. So that's why I never tell anybody. But this was actually inspired by a YouTuber that I've been following. His name is Matt D'Alva, and he was like, I do 30-day challenges. Like sometimes it's a 30 days of exercise, 30 days of no social media, 30 days of no buying. So I was like,
oh my God. I don't think I can go 2 days without buying. If I leave my house, I gotta buy something.
Right, but for me, I'm trying to do that now, like a no buying. So I literally ended my social media one, and now I'm doing a no buying. Okay. And so it's anything other than food, because you gotta kind of live. So anything that's not needed. Oh yeah, I mean, well, I need to eat because I don't be eating, which is anyway. So yeah, I took 30 days off social media, and I got a lot done actually. Like I spent a lot of time also in solitude, kind of like I didn't really reach out to people a lot over the last month, and I did not call anybody over the last month. People called me, and I'm like, hey, and they're like, where you been? And I'm like,
I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, but like, hey, it's good to talk to you. Hey, how are you? But yeah, so I it was really nice. Like it's nice to not like always be stimulated, I guess. Like I feel like you're constantly stimulated now. Like I was listening to a podcast, and the lady was like, when was the last time you were bored? And I thought that it was an accomplishment not to be bored. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm never bored. Like I'm never bored. I'm always doing something. And then I was kind of like, actually, it's nice to kind of quiet your mind down sometimes. And I even there were times where I just didn't listen to music. I would ride home in silence. And
oh no, you're a terrorist. That's not okay.
But it was really nice. Like there was one time I got stuck in traffic going home from work, and I just spent 30 minutes thinking about Malibu's Most Wanted, and I literally acted the whole movie out in my car. But it was nice. It was one of the nicest days I had, and I worked that day, and then it was just nice to not again be stimulated. And I was having a conversation with a friend about whether that's escapism. At what point does it become escapism? At what point does it become, I kind of hate my life, so let me look at other people's lives. Let me listen to music. Let me constantly be stimulated by things outside myself.
You're always looking for validation for something, or I need this, I need this, I need that.
Yeah.
They got this, or why is their life so good, or how come everybody's happy but me, or whatever. You're constantly I know first thing I do in the morning is grab my phone and I look at the time, make sure I didn't oversleep. And then I get on Instagram. Instagram is the only social media I really have anymore. So I literally grab that as soon as I wake up, and I see fake boobs and designer shoes and chains and whatever. It's actually, I should take a break as well. That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's really nice. And J. Cole kind of influenced it too, because he was saying what is this pull to always be on my phone? He was every 5 seconds I'm reaching for my phone, and the next thing I know I'm on Instagram. And I was kind of again, escapism, do I hate my life? So it was really nice to just kind of have my own life, and then just spend all my time trying to kind of accomplish my personal goals. So that was my month.
That's definitely something to do, because I know when I go out somewhere, sometimes I intentionally leave my phone in the car or something, because I'm always checking it, looking at it, and I'll be in the store patting my pockets oh, where my phone? Oh yeah, I left it in the car on purpose, so I wouldn't do this.
Right. Yeah, it's just it's a habit. And that was another thing too, being off Instagram. I think I noticed maybe that second week I just stopped thinking about it. The only time I would think about it was when I was thinking I should be promoting my blog right now. Other than that, I didn't care.
Which, by the way, I read at 1 o'clock in the morning, because I get, if you haven't subscribed to SidTheGreat.com, please go ahead and do that. It's a fucking phenomenal blog. There will be no shortage of cursing in this podcast.
Not on Aisha's end.
But no, it's phenomenal, and I love getting the emails oh, Sid put a thing up, and I think it gets to the people who subscribe first.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so I read it, and I'm like, yay, awesome.
Yes, thank you.
I've never seen Underground, but I want to watch it. I think I've said that before, but I have not gotten around to it.
Yes, thank you for reading. For everybody that's listening that's read it, thank you guys again for taking the time. But yeah, and I actually wrote this one, for those of you who don't know, so to have no spoilers. I wanted people who hadn't seen it to be dang, I should watch this, or I have watched this and I didn't even think about that. I was kind of trying to approach it from 2 different areas. So thank you for reading, and Underground was bomb.com, and if you haven't seen it, it's on Hulu, season 1, season 2. It's been canceled, so 2 years later, I'm jumping on the Save Underground train. So let's save Underground. Oprah, I know you're listening to this because I know you also read my blog.
Yes, Oprah.
Please take your $1 billion, because you on the Forbes list, and buy Underground. I know it's expensive, but buy it because we need it.
Yep.
So yeah, that was my month. What's up with your month? How was your month? I mean, what's new?
Well, my month was trash, so I'm gonna do just like hot tops in the month.
All right, yes. Balance.
Yes. Since you were off social media, I gotta keep you hip. I gotta get you knowing what's going on.
Needed.
So, month in review. Something that I wrote on here to do and I did not do was watch When They See Us.
Okay.
I could not watch it because I'm not in the most wonderful mental space, and I find that movies and things like that are very triggering for me, like Fruitvale Station and like all those movies. They just really they break me down. They make me very sad. They make me very resentful, and I walk around looking at all white people like I want to stomp on their toes every day. So I'm like, you know what? I can't see that right now because this society, like, it's just racism is just so blatant and so overt. I'm like, I can't see that because this is not an old history film. Like, this is real life. This is present day. This happens every day. So I didn't watch that yet, but if you did see it, hopefully you got something out of it and not just watched it and not were just entertained or not just learned something, but you can put some action behind whatever it is that you saw. Maybe you want to reach out to local lawyers and legislators and maybe try to make some change in some way.
Absolutely. And let me just throw this in there too. I did not watch it either because I was like, it's like you have a day off and you're like, I don't want to be sad on my day off. And then I have to work and I'm like, I don't want to be sad going to work. Or when I finally get off, if I have an earlier shift, I'm like, I don't want to be sad now that I'm off. Yeah. So I hadn't watched it yet, but then people were just saying like, there's no preparing for it. Like, you're going to cry, you're going to be sad.
Oh yeah.
But I really just wanted to bring up the fact that Ava DuVernay spent 4 years researching for that movie. And I thought that was so dope. Like, she is a scholar of African American studies. That's what she has one of her degrees in, that in English. So she literally took 4 years to get that movie ready. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, watch it because sis put in 4 years. You could get a degree. She has a degree, a bachelor's in the Central Park 5, essentially. So yeah.
So I got one more like kind of saddish one.
Okay,
and then we'll move on up. We'll move on up. So the abortion bills that are being passed left and right. So when I first saw it, I think I saw maybe like 3 states. Wow, a lot more than 3 states. I want to say it's like 10.
Oh, I thought it was like 5.
No, it's a lot. And then like a lot of them like signed the bill to be put into law, but then they got shot down by whichever judge was presiding over that state.
Well, shout out to that judge.
Yeah, so of course, let me talk to you about how this Wi-Fi in this thing is trash. But I was gonna read you all the states. So let's see. Of course, Alabama, trash. What a trash place.
Yeah, like, just throwing this out there, I think Alabama celebrates Martin Luther King Day and like Robert E. Lee Day on the same day. Like, you know, the Confederate generals. So.
I'm about to throw up. That's too much.
Yeah, there's that.
So trash, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Ohio, Georgia, Missouri, Kentucky, Arkansas, Utah, Iowa, and South Carolina, Florida, and Texas, which is terrible. like all of these states, and a lot of them are the heartbeat bills. So at 6 weeks, which means that you might have missed your period and been like, I should go to the doctor. You go to the doctor. By the time you find out, it's too late to do anything about that. I'm not a fan of taking women's rights, especially when a lot of these people, they're like, oh, the doctor, if they perform the abortion for you, they can go to prison for 99 years, like some ridiculous stuff. And I'm just like, wow, are we chopping men's nuts off, or are we just going to be sabotaging women? Because I need answers here.
And can we talk about how ridiculous, like, there be certain things when I hear somebody be like, they got life and then they got life again. I'd be like, was that necessary? Like, which I know life is like, what, like 25 years? Like, it's equal to that?
I think life is 20 or 25.
So, like, I guess it's not as annoying as I originally thought it was. But even, like, just now how you were like, I don't know if it literally says 99 years, but I'm like, that was unnecessary. Like, did you have, like, I'm probably at least, if I'm a doctor, I'm probably at least 30. I'm
probably
not going to
40,
be
50. I don't know no young doctors.
So, yeah, there's that. But, yeah, my coworker was saying, like, you know why they're passing all these bills. And I was like, oh, why is that? And she was saying because they just put a very conservative Supreme Court judge in office. And so it's eventually going to reach the Supreme Court. And if it's more of a conservative Supreme Court, then they can strike down Roe v. Wade. And
Which
I think that's
horrifying. It's so sad and it's so scary because having laws against it isn't going to prevent anyone from doing it. It's just going to make them do it more unsafely, and it's very sad. But so a couple other things. The states that are actually trying to add protections are New York, Vermont, Maine, and I want to say Nevada.
Shout out to Vermont. That's where Bernie Sanders is, doing his thing.
So they're the only ones actually trying to protect. So I think they're doing it up to like 18 weeks or 24 weeks or something like that. And I'm by no means like, oh, if you have a whole watermelon-sized baby in your gut, should you go get it vacuumed out? But I mean, when it's still a tadpole, I feel like women, we have the full right to choose what to do with our bodies.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing too, like how you put it, where you were saying like you just found out you're pregnant, but now it's too late to have an abortion. I think that's wild.
Especially because it's not like, I mean, you could go, I guess, to like urgent care or something, but if you make an appointment with your doctor, it's probably going to take at least a week. And then by the time you get there, if you go to the doctor, they don't tell you if you're pregnant that day. They will actually take a test for you, and they'll send it to you for in 3 days. And they'll say, well, you can take a pregnancy test or whatever, but you can't always rely on like at-home pregnancy tests. So if you want to know for sure, you're going to have to go to the doctor, and you're going to have to wait a whole nother week before you find out. You might be 7 weeks, 8 weeks by then. Like, it's just fully crazy. Yeah. But then I wanted to add that in Georgia, they are being sued for the bill that they put in place by the Sister Strong Women of Color, Feminist Women's Health Center, and Planned Parenthood Southeast. They're filing a lawsuit against Georgia for making that law. Nice. But I want everyone to know also, because when you hear these things, you think like, oh God, like I got pregnant yesterday. What do I do? But those laws won't go into effect until like 6 months, I guess, after they're signed. So they're not in effect until January 1st of like 2020. Nice. So something to know.
Thank you for the education.
Yeah, because I was unaware. So, I have to do some research on that. You can't just take everything at face value and headline tags. So
absolutely.
Moving on into brighter things. Beyonce is Nala. I would like everyone to know that we have 17 days before I am mushing children in the face to see my queen be a baby lion.
Yo, listen, I caught I don't watch previews. For anybody listening, I don't watch movie previews. You can judge if you want, but I don't watch them.
They will fast forward. I'm like, how do you know if you want to watch it? She'll be like, it depends on who's in it. But if you don't know the people in it, how will you know if you want to watch it?
Yeah, at this point, I'm either just going to have to kind of go into things blind, or again, because if I hear, you already know, if I hear Taraji P. Henson's on it, if I hear Octavia Spencer.
And if I hear Taraji P. Henson, I might run the other way.
Okay. Taraji had one bad movie.
If y'all have seen Proud Mary, if you didn't see it, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you saw Proud Mary, you would be like, oh my God. You would probably, I don't know, shave your head bald. You'd be
oh my gosh. Okay, listen.
You'd be distressed.
It was one movie. Like, everybody has had one bad movie, and I just feel like it was blown out of proportion. And you know what's crazy? I think
it was not blown out of proportion
so badly about it. By the time I saw it, I was just like, okay, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
No, it was the worst script I've ever seen, the worst acting I've ever seen, the worst storyline, and it was also very Oedipus Rexy. Like, I did not like how she clung to the child. It was too much. It was disgusting. It was weird. It was awful. Sorry, Taraji, I love you. I'm gonna still support you, but
are you done?
If it says produced by and all that by Taraji and written by or whatever, I'm gonna be like, whew, girl, I'm gonna have to take a hard pass on that one.
So listen, say that to say, if I hear basically any black female name on anything and it's not a horror movie, I'm going to see it. So,
wait, I would like to say this is tangent number 1. Because we're supposed to be talking about Beyonce.
Yeah. There. So you know what? Count the tangents, and if you can count all the tangents, we'll give you like a gift card.
Yep. First person to get all the tangents right. I don't even know if we can keep up with it.
Put a pin in it. Just put a pin in it. That's actually, if you can count all the times where you're supposed to put a pin in something, yeah, we're gonna give you a free 4440 t-shirt.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, so what I was gonna say, we got on that tangent because I was talking about previews. I caught like 2 seconds of Beyonce's what is it, Love Tonight? Can you feel breaks in the song, and I literally had to like cut it off. But let me say that in that 2 seconds, and I'm not in the Beehive. Aisha's in the Beehive. I'm not in the Beehive. Whew. I wanted to cry. Like, I was like, wow, this was amazing. I was so there's 3 levels of shook. There's shook.
I honestly, especially if it's a slow song and it's Beyonce, I'm crying.
Okay, right, me too.
Like Halo, real tears.
There's shook, there's shooketh, and there's shook to the core. So I was shook to the core when I heard 2 seconds, because I had already heard, like, someone had made like a meme, like they were like, Beyonce's "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" is soul shaking, and I was like, okay, I'm away.
Truly,
and I heard 2 seconds.
I'm about to cry now.
And I was like, yep, it is what they said it was. So yes, Beyonce is Nala. And I want to say that I feel personally attacked by the quality of this Lion King, as opposed to like our Lion King, which was 2D. This is I don't know what's going on with technology now, but like I'm like, this is a personal attack on our childhood.
Did you see Toy Story 4?
I did not. Did you see it yet?
No, I don't remember liking Toy Story 3. But I'm sure I watched it anyway, but I don't remember liking it. But I'm obviously going to see Toy Story 4. But I didn't get to mush children for that one.
Yeah. That one's not children mush worthy, I don't think. But this Lion King is, because
absolutely.
Lion King, you got to.
Oh, I saw Aladdin. You saw that?
I did not. How was that?
Oh, my God.
Was it good?
I don't think it was up to like my 25-year-old par.
Okay.
But it was really good, like especially for kids. And I thought that Will Smith did amazing.
Okay.
I was very annoyed by the casting. Because I think it was just meant to be, oh, this is kids, like, we'll just include everyone. So you just got the most random people over in India, and, like, the main characters are only light-skinned Indians. I don't even know Indians personally that are that light. So that irritated me, because I'm like, this was your opportunity to have an all-brown cast, to have different shades of Indian people, and to me, they dropped the ball. They just had, like, random white people and black people in there, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I saw something the other day that said Disney's getting too politically correct, because people keep attacking all of Disney's choices and they keep trying to like fumble and change them last minute. Like even with, because I think Disney got like hot water for like trying to cast a white lady as Mulan or something like that in the live action.
Oh my God.
And then like, so then they were saying like they tried to fumble and scramble and be politically correct or something like that. And so maybe I brought that up to say like maybe they were trying to be overly like,
no, I think they were just
inclusive?
trying to be super inclusive and include a sprinkle and a dash of everybody, and I just found it more irritating than anything. But I'm like, you know what, it's not really supposed to be like I don't know, because it is a movie with a good message. Like it's about, you know, women having a right to choose what they want to do, how they want to have a career, or who they want to marry or whatever. And so that's a powerful message to be not correctly representing people.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's, I was going to say, maybe they put their effort in trying to sprinkle in all colors and forgot to be shade conscious.
Yeah, I don't even think the main character girl, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't even know she is Indian. I think the guy is, but I don't even know if she is.
Yeah, I saw them on Ellen, but you know, I'm not good at judging like race, so I try to
I try to
mind my business
out of that, because people can be very ambiguous to me. So.
Yeah, and then when you're wrong, you don't want to be offensive, so I just be like, you know, I'm gonna mind my business and just hope for the best.
Yeah. So I will say, even though I don't really know their ethnicity or whatever, but I wish they were darker. That's all I will have to say.
Okay.
Which, by the way, Sydney is sitting across from me wearing a shirt that says, "Across cultures, darker people suffer most." Shout out to my best friend over there.
Shout out to Andre 3000, who I stole this shirt from. So, just that.
I saw it on the jumpsuit.
Yes, the jumpsuit.
Very
yes, the jumpsuit indeed.
Okay. So, Corey Goff is a 15-year-old who plays tennis. She just qualified for the Wimbledon. I don't know how to say that. The Wimbledon. But she beat Venus Williams, who is 39 years old. And I was like, wow, amazing to be a child and to look up to the Williams sisters your whole life, and you're playing their sport, and then you actually get to play them, and then you actually win, and then you got to go back to high school. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And she's black. Wow. She's black. That's, you know, most important fact there.
Yeah. Nice.
So I thought it was because the last year that Haitian. She was the Asian and Haitian girl.
Yeah. You're talking about,
I forget her name because I'm trash, but she beat Venus. So I'm like, wow.
Nice.
Or no, she beat Serena. Nice. So this girl beat Venus. I'm like, wow, that is beautiful. Like, I don't even like to say beat, but it's just like, wow, you got to play with your idols. That's amazing. Yeah. And you're young. Like, I think the girl last year was 17 and this one's 15.
Yeah.
Wow, there's something in the water for these kids.
Yeah, that's dope. Imagine how much practice time they put in, though.
That's like
everything is so much hard work.
I don't even have somebody I can relate to, but I don't know. That's like a 15-year-old kid getting to play LeBron and winning. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's like me beating Ava DuVernay for an Oscar.
I don't even have anything to relate to.
That's my goal in life. That's okay. You will.
That's me winning over Sandra Bullock.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so we're done with that.
All right. We wrapped up our month in review. Sexpectations. You want to go first?
Sure. So Sexpectations doesn't have to be as vulgar as I'd love it to be.
Of course, because Aisha's the most. I don't actually, just because of your level of vulgarity, I still kind of contemplate and wonder how we're friends. I love you, but I'd be like, how Have I made it this long, having to listen to some of the things I've had to listen come out of this girl's mouth?
I just try to be as foul as possible all of the time.
Yeah, and it's been, you know what? Hey, I've grown. You made me grow.
Sydney, we lived together in college for 3 years, 4 years, 3 years.
Freshman year we did not. So sophomore, junior, senior.
She basically lived with me my freshman year too.
Oh yeah, there was that. It started freshman year.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like 4-ish years. I'm not very modest at all.
No, that's okay.
If I want to change my shirt, Cindy got to leave the room, and I'm like, this is so dramatic. This is so dramatic.
I just think your body is for you, and it should be between you and who you decide to share it with in your romantic
And I was sharing it with you while I changed my shirt.
And
Cindy's not here for nudity, which is very strange because I feel like you're just open-minded enough to be, but you're choosing not to be.
Yeah, I am definitely open-minded enough. Like, I think my open-mindedness would go along with nakedness, but, balance.
Okay, that's fair. Multifaceted.
My mind is open, my body is closed.
Our favorite adjective.
Yes.
Multifaceted.
Yes, and
we
well-rounded.
can be many of things.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, Sexpectations, at least for today.
That was tangent 2, so.
Oh, damn it. Well, I was just going to ask you a couple questions.
Oh, a question game. Yay. And I have no idea. Y'all heard that go. This is what happens.
It's not bad. See?
When my voice goes up that high.
Wait, you need to check this.
No, I've been looking. It's in the red when you laugh. But other than that, we're good. So y'all know, when my voice goes that high up, that means that I have no idea what's coming.
It's some sheer terror.
Yep, that is the sound of sheer terror in my voice.
Absolutely.
So I have no idea what's coming, guys. So
okay, it's not crazy.
Okay.
It's not crazy. Mm-hmm. It's just going to be Sydney. What is your type? And can you describe your ideal person?
My ideal... Oh, wait.
Because you know what I'm really doing, y'all? I'm playing hookup. So when y'all send us DMs and emails... Oh, we need to get that together. When y'all send us stuff, I'm be like, oh, well... haha, Sydney's single. funny that you fit her type.
I haven't heard a haha in a long time, and I'm glad I was able to hear that today. My type is a lot of things. Honestly, I think I just caring. Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? A lot of people I don't feel like...
I'm going to write these down.
Okay.
Make sure that whoever phones in fits all the qualifications.
Great. Okay. Well, we'll be here forever, so get your fingers ready. Caring. I think a lot of people don't love unconditionally. I think unconditional love is very hard for us as human beings because I heard Lauryn Hill once say we know we don't love unconditionally because when someone stops stimulating us, we no longer have any use for them. Mm-hmm. We just throw them away. So if you actually are capable of unconditional love or trying to be able to be capable of it, because we're all growing, that is great.
I think that love can be, I don't know, maybe love can be unconditional, but I don't think being in love can be unconditional because that just doesn't make any sense to me. I think those are two separate.
I got to put a pin in that and come back to it. Actually, let me write that down because that's something I'm going to have to think about.
Drop a pin in that. Okay. So caring, unconditional, loving. Loving unconditionally. Sorry. I don't know why that was so remedial.
That's because we went to college. We have degrees. A reader, someone with an open mind, I think.
Oh, my God. So I love the baby. Right. I'm from Bartlett. So I love the baby. I was listening to an interview that he did. I don't know. I think it was a radio interview. And somebody said something about, okay, I see you're really business savvy. Your marketing, your music videos, all those are really dope. Do you read any books? He said, fuck, no, I don't read no books. I don't read no stupid books or something like that. And I was like, my God. Not that I looked at a West Side nigga and was like, he reads books. But I still was taken aback. I was like, excuse me, sir. We're all about longevity here. You think Jay-Z doesn't read a book? You think P. Diddy didn't read a book? What is going on here? Yeah. So I was very sad. But yes, a reader. I'm sorry. No, that is tangent number 3.
That's okay. You know what they say? I heard Xavier say this once. He was like, yeah, I'm very sad that they say that if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty depressing. But I think if you want to hide anything from anybody, put it in a book.
Oh, yeah, nowadays, for
at this
sure.
point,
but the thing is, there's more to hide from black people.
Yeah, there's that. So, so it would be nice. And even if it's not reading, just someone who seeks knowledge, I think, in general. Someone If we're speaking physical characteristics,
hop on in there, Sid.
Then if I could
taco meat and chicken legs.
Oh my God,
that's
y'all!
shit
Listen,
right there.
I put up on Instagram like an idiot. No, not on Instagram. I asked my close friends to like guess what my like significant other would look like.
Oh, you should read those. Do you have those?
I don't have those.
Okay.
I can remember them because they scarred me. Because I was like,
okay.
Do
you know who came from what?
Kira was the one that said I like taco meat. That was Kira, and then someone DM'd me because I posted them on Instagram and was like, oh, okay, girl, you better like taco meat. And I was
it
like,
a guy?
Yes, and I was like, no, please
Did he have
stop.
taco meat?
I don't think so.
Do you know what his chest talking about? Or?
He posted a shirtless picture, and I don't think he had hair on his chest. So let me say that
So
I
he's
I don't like hair on the chest at all. Actually, like that's not. I would rather.
Sid, hair is a natural part of life, girl.
There's hair that I just don't like in certain spots. Like, now, hair's a natural part of life, but I don't have hair in between my eyebrows right now. Like, I get rid of that, and that's what I
like I fully razor the stash.
Right.
It's hard to find a light skinned girl out here with no mustache. Yeah. I saw that on a meme and I was heartbroken.
So I don't like taco meat. However, he can wear a belly shirt.
Okay.
Because Aisha said that, and I was like, I think
a floral
people
belly shirt is probably what I said.
People take the belly shirt concept and dramatize it so much. Like, I'm like Will Smith belly shirt people, not
crop top.
Yeah.
Not Forever 21 crop top.
But mind you, I mean, people think that's weird, but guys have very nice like abs. You know what I'm saying? They be having abs before we be having abs.
No, I'm here for the Will Smith belly shirt.
So like that's why when people think that that's weird,
because I like to see a nice V.
Right. So when people think that's weird, I'm like, they work very hard on their bodies. Why don't everybody should wear belly shirts if they have a nice stomach? Like, if they like their stomach, you should wear a belly shirt. That's how I feel. So I think if you got protruding abs, like, one of our followers, then you should wear belly shirts.
Shall rename Atlas.
So yeah, there's that. Oh, bearded would be nice. Dark skin, because when you get old and your hair turns white and it contrasts against your dark skin. Peter Thomas is just bearded, it's just a beautiful dark. It's just beautiful. But
I saw a meme yesterday, also really heartbreaking, that said, imagine coming home to a light-skinned husband. I would rather sleep outside. I cackled so hard.
You cackled?
Yes, I did, because I just had this conversation with Mario yesterday, or no, like 2 days before I saw that meme that was like about colorism and how I'm not into it and how people like fetishize like, oh, you and your boyfriend, you're light skinned, y'all gotta have pretty babies. I'm like, hey, fuck you. I hope my baby is beautiful and dark skinned. Fuck you. Like, what you talking about? So when I saw that meme, I had to cackle because I was like,
oh yes, the colorism. Oh, a shame. But say that to say this is
tangent number 4.
Oh yeah, we're giving it away. We got to stop counting them for them.
But I need to know.
Oh, okay.
Go. Okay, so dark skin.
This is hard. I wish I had known you were gonna ask me this beforehand.
Yeah, you like how I threw you both?
You know what I love? I love men who take care of themselves. Like, if you can't afford a haircut every week, I understand. But I do have friends, like guy friends, who get haircuts every week, and I just think it's the most beautiful thing. Like, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna shout him out.
That's like $35, I think. Because I only got half the head of my shave before, and it was like $15.
My haircuts plus my eyebrows is $20, but I wouldn't need my eyebrows done every week.
I think that's because your barber likes you, because I'm quite sure it's like $35 for a haircut.
Yeah, she charges me $15 for my haircuts and $5 to do my eyebrows, and so that would be, what is that, 4 weeks, $80 a month. And now I get my haircut like once a month because I'm trying to grow it out so I can be on my Nola Darling. So if you watch She's Gotta Have It, just know I'm trying to be on my Nola Darling with like braids, Nicki Minaj length braids to my knees, and then lots of dresses, which is gonna throw the people off. I like to throw the people off.
My sweet child,
is tangent 5.
It's tangent number 5. Okay, a man who can get a haircut. Is that what you want?
Okay. Well groomed.
Okay, well groomed.
So shout out. You know who I want to shout out right now? I want to shout out Enoch. I don't know if you're listening, but let me tell you something about Enoch. That man is well put together. Okay, every time I saw him, his hair was freshly cut. Every time I saw him, his beard was trimmed, and I went to his apartment and it smelled amazing. He knew the secret to making his clothes smell amazing. Because I was asking him, which I think is really dope to ask men, personal care / detergent / just home cleanliness advice.
Yeah, I cannot stand somebody's dirty house. It makes my skin crawl.
I know how you feel about cleanliness.
Particularly, well, honestly, anybody, because I know some dirty females, but just men, I just be like, listen, y'all are already nasty. men are disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
You could at least clean your fingernails and Swiffer your house every now and then. Like, men don't know what a Swiffer is.
Yeah.
For real.
Enoch does.
Oh,
His
wonderful.
Floor was clean, and he had like paintings on the wall, and there were curtains, and I was just like, and he
were
lived by
they
himself.
straight? Was the painting straight? They
Yes.
were hung straight?
Yes.
Oh,
and he
shit.
just had it well put together, and I was like, whoever marries you, kudos to them. I'm happy for them. They're blessed because he's well put together. He was always suited. His suits were nice. They looked like they had been ironed.
Suited and booted.
So shout out to Enoch, and you're welcome for all the girls who listen to this who are now going to try to figure out who the hell Enoch is. And then even that name
pull
is
up in
dope.
his freshly Swiffered spot.
Yeah. With the paintings. And I think like, well, not paintings, but like portraits. I'm pretty sure he had like Martin Luther King. Like, I was like, good time. And like I said, he lived by himself, so nobody else could take credit for it. Like I was like, oh yeah, that's how you do things.
That is iconic.
Iconic. So basically, honestly, that's it. I'm just going to say the answer to your question is Enoch. If you're like Enoch, you got it. And he went to the gym. He had a great body. He was in great shape. It's a beautiful face. He drove a very nice, clean car. So basically, I'm shooting my shot if he's listening. At this point, I shot my shot.
Pull up.
So yeah, that's the answer.
Okay,
that was
so
my long-winded answer to your question. Good
okay,
Lord.
no, that's wonderful. That's
Learn how to-
perfect. So now I can build a man for you.
Yep.
Yep.
Or just finding it.
This is y'all can't see me, but I'm doing the face on The Office when you got to look at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to do that to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you have another question?
No, that was it. I just
That
wanted
was your
to.
sexpectation question. All right.
Yeah, wasn't too crazy
Okay.
yet.
All right. Well, now I know to prepare. Well, mind you, I don't know how. I don't think I can even possibly prepare a sexpectation question for you that would be like throwing you off. Not to say from your like. Not,
she just got me a hoe.
No. I wasn't.
Iconic Sid.
Well,
Iconic Sid move.
Well, first of all, here comes tangent number 6 because I don't believe in hoes. That's not my thing.
No.
I think Tatiana is a term of endearment. And mind you, that's so funny coming from me because if you know me personally, you know me personally.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, so mind you, honestly, I called one of my friends Tatiana and she got so offended. And I was like, I really meant it as a compliment.
Okay, well, I know why she wouldn't think it's a compliment, but I wouldn't in the slightest be offended. But I think that depends on your ideas.
Absolutely.
If I believed in hoism or thottiness or whatever, I guess I would be offended. But
Yeah.
I'd just be like, do we get mad at men for doing what the fuck they want to do? Alrighty, let's pack that on up.
Yeah.
I don't think that would offend me in the slightest.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sid, you've never called me a Tatiana that I know of, so if you call me that real quick, I'll tell you if I want to punch you in the head.
Okay, I'll like throw it in by the time we end the podcast and see how you feel. If anybody hears
Just
a
throw
thud,
it in.
if you hear a thud sound, that means she hit me in the
Okay, so
head.
that was number 6?
That was number 6.
Damn it.
And that's okay.
That's not bad, I don't
We're-
think.
No, not for like
Not for us.
33 minutes.
That's
of
not bad
recording.
at all.
This is exactly how
I could get off on
conversations.
I could get off on 6 tangents right now. I think this is a tangent. This is tangent number 7. Tangent is about tangents.
What you're hearing right now is the reason why we call this the living room, because this
Yeah.
is exactly how conversations went in our living room. We would start on one thing, and then we would get to the 20th thing, and then I would go,
And then I would miss the bus to class.
and then I would go, how did we get here? And then we would try to backtrack it and be like, and then there's the other tangent that was actually the tangent of the conversation in our living room. So welcome again to our living room.
Welcome to the living room.
We hope you're comfortable on the couch.
It gets crazy in here.
It gets crazy.
You know what? I fully understand now why people that do podcasts have alcohol in the building.
When I took the class for podcasting, he was saying like, do what's necessary to kind of get rid of your inhibition, so it feels like a conversation. And he was like, so if you have to have alcohol, like have alcohol.
I don't think I need it, but I think I would like it.
Yeah, I don't think we need it.
I could at least have some white wine or
This
something.
really turned into a conversation. It was that easy for us because we're best friends.
Boom.
This is what
Number
we do.
8. Okay. So blank while black. So I think we have all been there. So blank while black will be one of our topics that we have each time we do our podcast, probably, because unfortunately we live in a climate where we will probably have that many. So blank while black this week is, you probably heard this story. Well, not, this was kind of old, I guess. I don't know. But there was a man at a hotel who a lady called, and I guess she called him an effing N-word on the phone. You don't know the story?
You know, if it was on Instagram and it was been like the last month, and I have no idea. This is new
Okay,
for
so
me.
you might not have heard it. Okay,
No.
so the video starts with a lady walking up to I guess a man at the hotel and was like, you know, you gotta let me stay here. You gotta let me stay here. And he was like, ma'am, you cannot stay here. Like, sorry, blah, blah, blah. She was like, you gotta let me stay here. My mom just died. Da, da, da. My whole family's here. And he's like, ma'am, you called me an effing N-word on the phone, and I didn't like that. I didn't appreciate it. Like, you cannot stay here. And she was like, you've got to let me stay here. My whole family's here. And he's like, it's above me now. It's above me now. Like, he was so calm. It's above me now. And then I guess the woman's daughter came down. She said, sir, we've had a really rough day. He said, I don't care. She called me an effing N-word. And she was like, she didn't mean it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, my God, white tears. Let me tell you about how much I don't care about them. He was like, it's above me now. You can go to the Best Western next door. You can go to the Best Western, which I thought was hilarious because I went to his page because I think it was tagged. I mean, it was like tagged everywhere. I would go to his page, and I guess he likes to sing or whatever. But... So when I go to his page, he has a website in his bio to buy T-shirts to say it's above me now. And I go to the website today, and it has like the Best Western symbol, and then it has like the black meme of like the shoulder shrug that says it's above me now. It's above me now. You can go to the Best Western next door.
That's a T-shirt.
And the discount code is Best Western. And then, but I thought that was like really worth pulling up because let me see if I can find it. 10% of the proceeds go to like the trans and LGBTQ community.
Oh, that's dope.
So I thought that was really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
nice.
Yeah, so just, you know, existing while black, you get called an effing N-word on the phone when somebody wants a hotel room.
I think that is amazing that he was able to like be like, no, you can't stay here.
Yeah, because I'd have been like, oh, welcome, sis. This is you that was on the phone. Put your paws up. It's time to go. Because I wouldn't have thought of it's above me now. I would have been like, nope, it's time to go. It's TTG.
Yep. I feel that.
Yeah. So, but his name on Instagram is @NullFriday with 2 Y's. If you want to go buy a shirt, I'm actually considering. And he has like phone cases and coffee mugs. I'm like, I really think that I need that.
And can I say that it's very dope that he's now making money off of that?
Yeah. So turn white tears into green money. Hello.
Hey.
Okay.
That's gonna be a shirt.
Oh.
You should what's it called? Trademark it. Like Cardi B did. Does that mean she gets paid every time someone uses that? Because that would be amazing. You know, she like tried to trademark that or something, I think.
I don't know, but I think that's very weird because I heard that for a long time. And then she said that she got it from Khloe Kardashian. And I was like, no, girl, you didn't. Because in true Kardashian fashion, they've taken everything from black people and try to say it's theirs.
So it must be somebody's. Black.
Oh my God. But I've heard that forever. Like I've said that forever.
Yes, you have. You should have trademarked it.
I should have. I should be getting my coins.
Yes, you should.
Nah, I'm sure I heard it somewhere, but I definitely heard it like back in college at some point.
Yeah, because I remember when that was real popular. And then I remember when you started doing it, and then everybody in our friend group started trying to figure out how to say it. Like Jawaris was so weak. Like he was like, "How did she do that?" Like he was trying really hard, and I was like, it's an Ayesha thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Cardi, Barty, give me my coins. Girl.
Ayesha euphemisms, if that's the right, like, correct terminology, like they are, what's the word? They're contagious. Like you were the first person to be like, and then it was me, and then it was. I wonder how many times we've done that since we've been in here.
Oh, that should be a trivia game that we do one day.
Yeah.
How many times we say
like it was you, then it was me, then it was Kira, then it was Indy, and I don't know who else got involved, but like now people will go I
think I heard Kalia.
I'm sure.
Okay, tangent number 9.
Yeah, there we go.
All right,
we should have
another one
this
on here, but I didn't do all the research that I probably should have done, so I'm just gonna skip to the next one.
Okay,
which is Smoothie King. So this was on the news like everywhere. So because it was everywhere, I don't think I realized where it happened at. It was 2 locations of Smoothie King where people wrote racist things on the receipts. So when it got to the person could actually see what they wrote on the receipt. Like instead of putting their name, they put whatever. Both of those occurrences were in Charlotte, North Carolina. 2 Smoothie Kings in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Do you know which ones? Because I go to Smoothie King.
I have the website pulled up so I can show you.
Oh, okay.
So, but the people who did it got fired, of course. But anyway, so one of them had N-word on it. The other person was an Asian person, and they wrote Jackie Chan on it. When I tell you it would have been in Smoothie King, the Ayesha location, because I would have owned that Smoothie King.
Yeah. And guys, just so you know, because again, I know you can't see us, there's like certain levels of stress, and I have my fingers on my temples. So when I heard the N-word one, like all I'm thinking in my head is, like, where is the like sensitivity? Or even the Jackie Chan one. It's not a competition of who has the worst oppression. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, they said N-word, so that's where. Like, at the end of the day, why though? Like, you know what I remember?
Incredibly rude, incredibly disrespectful. I would have put my paws on somebody and came over that counter and got some extra fruits and thrown them at their head.
I just can't.
I'm not playing. Yeah. I'm not playing with you, Smoothie Kingers.
Wow. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. So blank while black. Just existing while black or existing while minority in this case. Unfortunately, will lead you to being traumatized and being disrespected on a daily basis. Unfortunately, we could probably do a blank while black every single day. All right, so next topic is black on black support. So, Sydney, question. Who have you supported this week or this month, and how? Or who were they, or what was it?
The first thing that comes to mind is Ma. The Ma movie.
Oh, hell no.
Did you see it? You did
not? Absolutely not.
Listen. Let me first of all say why I am, like, when I find out that someone I support or like is a dope person in real life, I love to support them. Mm-hmm. So Octavia Spencer, I don't know if you guys know this, she bought out movie theaters, or at least one movie theater, so people could go see Hidden Figures who couldn't afford it. And so when
I think the whole cast did, I think.
Okay, nice. I only read that about her, and it was a meme. So again, you should not take information from memes, but right. I kind of ran with that. So let's say if that is true, from that point forward, I was like, anything Octavia Spencer does, I'm going. Period. So say that to say, I went to see Ma.
I don't do scary movies, not even a little bit.
And it was a suspense, and it was hilarious. And in my head, whenever I watch a suspense,
it was funny.
Yes.
Was Us funny?
No, it was terrifying.
So Ma was a little bit funny. But
Ma was I don't know if Ma was supposed to be funny. Like, whenever I watch suspense movies, even when I was watching Jennifer's Body last night, I was like, is this supposed to be funny? Because it's really funny. So I don't think
I would get that. I think I would be crying.
No, I think you would laugh at Jennifer's Body because it's like white humor.
But what about Ma? Would I laugh at Ma? No, that sounds like a no.
I think you would, because me and Kalia had a whole conversation about it, and Kalia was like, she felt like Octavia Spencer did what she could with it. I told someone that Ma was like, do you remember popping firecrackers as a child? Mm-hmm. Like the ones you threw out? Yeah. So like, I don't know about, yeah. Like, I don't know if you had the same anticipation or fear that I had, but like when I would light it, you would see it start lighting up, you would see it start to like come down the thing.
Oh, I'm thinking about poppers, the ones you just throw at the ground. Oh, yeah, used to throw them at my mom's boyfriends.
Okay, not those.
Okay.
The ones that you light and throw in the air and then they like pop. Those used to scare me. Like, they used to come on like a string and there were like a million of them connected. You remember those?
No,
and then,
like, doesn't sound safe.
Yeah, it's not at all. And so like, say that to say, like, sometimes you would get them and you would throw them and they would just kind of go, that's it. But then some of them would like really pop and they would like, be scary. So say that to say that Ma was like lighting a firecracker, watching it like kind of come down the stem, throwing it in the air with all of the fear in your body, and then it going at the end.
Okay.
That's what that movie felt like.
Okay.
Like, number one, I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, I just thought it was like just the things that the characters were doing. I was like, do people do this in real life?
Yeah. Why would you go to an old lady stranger's house?
Exactly. And that you don't know. And so then, like I said, the whole time I was just like, I went with my friend Marcus, and I looked over him and I said, they all deserve to die. With the decisions that they're making, I hope they all get killed in the end. Like, I was so over it.
Yeah.
But then the ending was just like, what?
Okay, well, don't spoil it in case somebody hasn't.
That's all I'm going to say. That was literally all I was going to say.
Okay, so black on black support.
So I went to see it.
So typically I try to purchase something black owned or something, and I've been looking into getting to like all natural skincare, so like with turmeric and shea butters and coconut oils and stuff like that. So I was going to buy something like that today or this week, but I didn't. But what I did do is support my friends who do music. So I have a friend named Amber Hairston, who is a phenomenal singer. Nice. She just put out a new song called Find Me. It's on all platforms. You guys should definitely listen to it, especially if there's a fuck boy in your life. Listen to it.
I wish I could see the face I just made.
But yeah, Amber Hairston, Find Me. My brother Xavier Brody, ex-Brody. You can find him on all platforms. Dre of the East. Also, De Niro Ferrar and DaBaby. Those are the music that I streamed
I would just like
all
to
month
say
long.
That De Niro Ferrar...
Nope.
is beautiful. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Like, his voice is beautiful,
God.
And... whether he's talking or he's rapping, he's beautiful, and yeah, that's it. That's
definitely,
all I'm gonna say.
And it's like has the gems.
It's
I
like mesmerizing.
love listening to his music.
Yeah,
more than probably almost anybody else besides maybe J. Cole.
Nice.
As far as lyrical content and actually being something important and worth listening to. Actually, as well as Nipsey. Like I think he's for sure up there with all those wonderful people and their wonderful lyrics.
Yeah,
and with content and messages, I think that's all very important.
Yeah, and with that being said, I hope that, of course, everybody that you mentioned gets where they want to be musically, but especially people who have something to talk about. I think that's very dope. So I hope he gets where he wants to be musically. I hope he gets to the Nipsey level or higher, because I feel like, again, with Nipsey, from what I've been told, like a lot of people started paying him attention after he was killed. So I hope that De Niro and everybody gets there before they're dead. But that always happens with artists, though.
I think that everybody just needs to. I'll get into that later when I talk about affirmations.
All right.
Blessings of the week. Yes, and also one more, Diamond Young Tellier. I think on Apple and Tidal and stuff, I think it's just Diamond Young, but she has wonderful music as well. She didn't put out anything new because she's so rude. But she has singing videos on her Instagram as well. So Diamond Young official. But yeah, my friends are wonderful. They are so good with music.
Yeah, that's
I love
dope.
listening to them.
Shout out to how you just shouted out all those people. Aisha's a great supporter. So
Black on Black support. I love it. I'm here for it.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so I think we only have two more things. That's mental health check-in, and then our affirmations to end off the podcast.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about our books.
That's all right. We'll do that next episode.
Okay.
A reason for you to tune in to episode 2.
Oh, yes. Find out what our books of the month are.
Yes.
Okay. So moving on to mental health, just real quickly, I want to shout out Tish Guerin. I'm not sure how to spell it, but it's TishGuerin. She kind of created her own lane within the NFL. She works for the Carolina Panthers, and she's kind of like a mental health like facilitator, counselor, whatever. She says she doesn't really like the term mental health because it has a negative connotation. So she works on behalf of the mental wellness of the Panthers after all the documentation of like CTE and like brain injuries and athletes who deal with depression and have those rampages of beating on women and different things like that. Like Steve Smith, senior of the Carolina Panthers, woo woo. He came out publicly, I think last year, talking about during his 15-year career season with the NFL, how he struggled with depression. And that's something that unfortunately, Black people and Black men especially don't get to talk about their mental health battles. And it's okay to have battles and it's okay to be there. And so Tish Guerin, she created her own lane. There's never been an in-house mental health wellness person on staff. That's so she created that own lane for herself, and of course she's a beautiful Black woman. So shout out to her. I'm really excited. I really hope to meet her. Maybe we can have her on the podcast one day.
That'd be really cool. Hey, shout out to that. Yes, for our superhero interviews, which is something else you guys can look forward to. That is super dope. It's really dope to hear about anybody creating their own lane.
Absolutely, because I was like applying for jobs with the Panthers. My degree is in kinesiology, so I was like looking at different things that they had, and I saw her on the staff. And when I looked her up, I saw all these articles that were like, oh, she created this job. There's never been a job like this. And she kind of pitched it to somebody who worked, I think, for the Panthers, and they like 2 years later were like, oh yeah, send your information in. And she was like, I never knew the idea was going to stick. I never knew I was going to create a lane like that. So that's really cool. So shout out to her. So blessings and blessings on Tish Guerin.
And don't give up on your dreams.
Absolutely. Create your own lane 100%. Because guess what? You can't really get fired because who can do what you can do?
Okay. And I think that's dope too, because I think when we think about the NFL, and again, I don't know the exact statistics, but on a visual level, it looks like most people in the NFL are Black, the players.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know the percentage, but definitely more Black than white.
Yeah, and so I think it's dope that we have that that service for Black men.
Absolutely, because the NFL in general stresses me out for many reasons.
Yeah, but
especially because of the toll it takes on your health and your physical well-being.
Yeah.
All right, so last things last.
Affirmations. All right.
Go ahead with yours, Sid.
Let's see. So one of them is everyone started where you are. And it kind of goes into not. Basically being okay with sucking at whatever you're doing at first and understanding that literally everybody did. Like I like, for instance, for me right now, I guess one of my
everybody started sucking.
Yeah. Like my greatest inspiration is like Ava DuVernay, and I hope I'm saying her name right, because I be bouncing back and forth between Ava and Ava, but I'm pretty sure it's Ava. Okay. And she was trash at some point. Like she was not on When They See Us level, and she was not on Selma level. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally heard her on a YouTube video say that she watched over 200 film commentaries to learn how to make films. So like if you don't know what a film commentary is, that's like when you go put your DVD in and you hit play, you can click a button where the only thing you'll hear the whole 2 hours or however long the movie is the director or the producer or whoever talking about how they made this movie. And
like talking through like the scenes?
Through the whole, starts talking through the scenes, talking about the camera
wait,
movements.
you're talking about like watching a movie and it's the director's commentary. I
Yeah.
was thinking like cuts of like, hey, stand here, okay, and action. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
no.
Gotcha.
Like
gotcha.
the real movie playing.
I used to listen to those, but it was from the actors on DVDs.
Nice.
They used to have that feature where you could listen to the actors' documentaries. Of
Yeah,
them. And it was really cool because you got a lot of insight.
Absolutely. And so like say that to say like she did that. That's what she did with her time.
Very
She
cool.
perfected her craft that way. So say that to say no matter what your dream is or your goal is or what you want to do, whether it's a podcast or it's a YouTube channel or you want to be an actress or you want to be a doctor, everybody sucked at first and everybody had to get good and everybody started with not knowing anything.
Hopefully no brain surgeons sucked at first.
Right. But nobody came into the world literally born and was like, I know how to direct films. Let me go do that. Like, no, everybody had to learn. Everybody had to take that time.
Okay.
So then
starting where you're at and don't beat yourself up.
Absolutely. And so that goes into my next one, which is if you want to be successful, pay attention to what successful people do. Like,
absolutely.
I have a friend of mine who was like, I wish I had someone who could tell me like how to do this or how to do that. And I told her, I was like, we all have mentors everywhere around us. Like, and with so much information now, whether it's Instagram, someone you're following, or it's YouTube, watching a video of your favorite person who does whatever, or it's watching a film commentary. Like for me, you have mentors, and mind you can actually go reach out and find someone to be a physical mentor in your life that you sit down with and talk with. But then you also have mentors who you can just watch, someone who's been successful. So for instance, for me, I'm going to watch what Ava DuVernay's done and I'm going to do it. I started watching film commentaries. I'm up to like number 6 now. I plan on watching 200 by the time I move. If I watch 4 film commentaries a week, I'll be up to 200 by the time I move. Okay. And start my dream. So watch what successful people do. And go then thank you. I do what I can.
Sid the Great.
And my last one is there is a place carved out for you specifically. So whatever your dream is, like Jay Will posted one time on his story. He was like, if you don't think that what you do is necessary or something like that, I can't remember the exact words. It was like, go stand in the bread aisle. How many brands of bread are there? And I was like,
what if somebody was like, there's already so many.
Marita's already out.
Yep.
And like and then you gotta think about this too. Like then every store has its own brand. Walmart has bread. Target has bread. Like they didn't go, oh, Marita has bread. They went, I'm gonna make bread and I'm gonna make it cheaper so you buy this bread. Like,
absolutely.
So if there's something you want to do, there's a special place carved out for you specifically, and no one is gonna do whatever it is like you're gonna do it. Like with me, like filmmaking, no one's gonna tell the story the same way I'm gonna tell the story. Absolutely. So if you're a dancer, no one's gonna dance the same.
Even when you're watching successful people to kind of get the ropes, always know that you can do things your own way.
Absolutely. So yeah, those are my 3 affirmations.
Awesome.
What are yours?
Okay. One is one that's very special to me. I'm wearing my graduation ring. That I got my quotes that Sydney used to tell me when I was in school. I was, suffering and struggling and really going through it. So it is WYTYCOYCYR, which basically just says, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So it's definitely about the power of the mind and just manifesting the things that you want. And then the last thing I was just going to end off with is when somebody crosses your mind, reach out to them, period. You never know what people are going through, and the universe is sending you signs and sending you messages to say, hey, go check on this person. So if you say, hey, I wonder how Carol from this class is doing, or if she ever got that job or whatever, just text them, call them, send them an Instagram message. It does not take a lot of effort. You don't have to call somebody and be on the phone for an hour. Just say, hey, I was thinking about you, because you don't know how that'll impact somebody, and you don't know when the last time you'll see them is. So definitely check on people that you love, especially your strong and happy friends, because you don't know what they're going through.
Absolutely.
Love on people while they're here and give them flowers while they can smell them.
Absolutely. And I say that to say, like, also just from my own experience, every time I've ever reached out to anybody just to say, hey, I miss you, I love you, whatever, send them a quote like I used to do in college and stuff. Every single time, at least one person has gotten back to me, or that person gets back to me and says, this came right on time.
Yeah,
every single
time. And it
time.
doesn't have to be an open-ended question. You could literally just like, hey, thought about you today. Love you. Hopefully I'll talk to you soon. That's it. But yeah, so those are our affirmations. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Yes. I hope you got something out of it. I hope that you liked it. You can send us both messages and talk to us about it if you did. Right now, we don't really, have an email for it. But you can hit us up on Instagram or all of our platforms. Mine is just Instagram, and it's at IyeshaDamali, all together.
Yes, and you can hit me up either at SidTheGreat.com when you go read my blogs.
Absolutely.
Or you can hit me up on Instagram at SidTheGreat, SID _ So SidTheGreat _ And so, yeah, thank you guys for listening so much. We appreciate you guys. We hope you enjoyed it, and catch us back in the living room.
Yes.
Again at some point.
Amen. Now, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out the living room.
Because we got to go to bed.